Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on Veve and Ecomi, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, we are going to be checking out a video from my homie Dan. Now, I can already tell by the comment section they tripping over here on this channel, man. They talking about, like, I read through the comments real quick. I'm seeing, oh, 10, 25 years. Like, what? $1 in 10 to 25 years? Then somebody said it's gonna take 2 to 3 years to hit 3 cents. I'm like, I mean, hey, listen, I don't know what they doing over here on this channel, but I mean, I guess that's how it is, man. Like, honestly, I don't expect much more. This is a technical analysis channel, so you really have to stay within the rules of technical analysis if you want to make money. Like, you can't actually have vision towards where things are going to go. You only use the charts to see where they're at and where they are in the short term in a few, a couple of weeks to a month's time span, as far as it goes when it comes down to just making your move, whatever move you're trying to make with a project. So that's really what technical analysis guys focus on. They don't focus on an overall vision and where things is actually going to go. Even the entire space as a whole, it doesn't really matter. That doesn't impact how they make their money, since they go for these short-term trades and stuff like that. So they don't care if an investment is capable of doing something ridiculous. They only care about the short move. So yeah, I mean, it's a different mindset. So it's something that you got to adapt to, but I do think that it's interesting to have on the channel, because it's not a perspective that you see a lot within the community. Everybody has more bullish sentiment regarding it, but I do love to hear traders' perspectives, because yeah, it's just a different way of looking at things. So yeah, let's jump into it, y'all. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And yeah, let's get into it.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to a Ecomi video. So do I think Ecomi can actually hit $1? What do I think of it at the moment? Am I still accumulating? What's an update of the whole scenario? Last video I made, I was just at 20 million. Now I am at 22 million, I think, roughly, which I'm going to share with you today, my whole plan and my whole scenario over. Yes and no. Now we'll go through each one. So the reason I say yes is because if we just look at this, and we'll go to the screens right now, is there is no reason why the market cap of the whole entire cryptocurrency could not hit the $10 trillion mark, and billions could go through all into different currencies. And
so that explains it. His whole holistic view of the crypto space is a goal of $10 trillion. I think that's child's play to hit. But it's based off of stuff that you would not take into consideration when it comes to technical analysis. When you're talking about a world of metaverses, when you're talking about how long it's going to take to accomplish some of this stuff, you have Elon Musk. Like, the amount of time that he's basically putting on the Ecomi token, you have Elon Musk saying that we'll have people living on Mars in that amount of time. So when you take that into consideration, I think that technology in the world is going to move quite a bit faster than you would probably see in the charts. Like, we're going to see a lot of stuff that we've never seen before. And obviously, as a trader, you cannot take something that's never happened before into consideration. But the fact of the matter is, the last time this happened to the world was when in the boom of the internet. That's where technology hit the world so hard that it boosted market caps exponentially. And now we're about to see the same things happen once again. So it's not something that anybody can predict. No chart is going to tell you that it's coming. It's just going to happen. It's inevitable. And what's going to happen is there's just going to be products that lead the charge and make it happen. But I mean, time is going to make the picture a lot more clear for everyone.
Different projects, altcoins, such as Ecomi/Veve. Now with this was actually a previous kind of price prediction / spreadsheet that I made in the past, where the circulation supply was different to the current circulation supply now. So the circulation of supply has actually increased. Now I don't know why it's increased that much, because as far as I was aware, I believe that there was more burn. Maybe there was locked up that has been released. Maybe the exchange is liquid.
Yeah, so he hasn't been watching this. So this means that this analysis is based strictly off of the charts and things like that, and like the circulating supply and stuff. So he doesn't even know everything that's been going on. He doesn't know that the rest of the unlocks have happened a while back. Yeah, he doesn't know all that. He probably don't know the burn rate is crazy. Like, there's talks of the reserve being burned this year, and once that really is dangerously low, they're gonna have no choice but to get the circulating supply and put some of that over there. So I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know their plan or strategy, but I know the team that I invested in is going to get the job done. Otherwise, they would not have my money. So yeah, that being said, anyway, let's jump in.
Liquidity, but I am going to look into that for another video of why the circulation has increased by nearly twofold. Because if the circulation increases by twofold, therefore that will also drop the price down because there is more supply available and less demand. So that's not something I'm keen on, but it is what it is. Now, the part of me that's
less demand from a crypto perspective, which again, because the Omi token is not tied to Veve, you can't really separate the two right now. You can't really take into consideration Veve, I guess, because it's not really, because the demand for the token is going to be there regardless at some point, but that point is not right now. So this also is not something that a technical analysis person would take into consideration right now, because yeah, it's not factual, it's not provable right now with the data and with the facts, you know. So something being in the plans is not the same as something being in effect. So as it stands, it is what it is, you know. But we know what's coming, especially if you believe in the project. You know what the team is. So yeah.
Says yes is because if for $1, just to, you know, assume and entertain it, we need to have roughly an 84 billion dollar market cap for Omi. Now, for that to really realistically happen, that is a very huge return of investment for where we are now. But to hit an $84 billion market cap, that would actually place it above USDT from its current scenario. But that is not exactly the same thing, because the total market cap is actually 1.36 trillion at the moment. Thus, let's just say if it's 73 billion at the moment, if we 10x and hit a $10 trillion mark, then that will roughly be around 730 billion. So maybe, you know, maybe that could happen, maybe that could be the scenario, but we need to see a lot more confidence in the cryptocurrency market. So, you know, I do think $1 is doable, maybe in like a 10-year period, so it is a very long-term period, maybe 25 years. But if we're looking at the short to interim, which is
yeah, so this makes sense. I mean, that he would come to this type of conclusion, because I mean, one, he doesn't really know everything that's going on in the community right now. We don't have any answers as to how they're going to get this, or when they're going to get this circulating supply to start hitting into the reserves. Like, it's just so much information that we don't have. And also, Omi token will have to do some stuff that's never been done before. The whole space is going to have to do something that's never been done before, but it's clear where it's heading. Like, I mean, this stuff is being done. The technology is coming along way faster. It's a lot happening. So yeah.
Something I'm looking at personally, which is basically from now until maybe 2 years time. I don't think $1 is going to happen within the next 2 years. Ultimately, the circulation is basically increasing across Omi. The burns, I haven't really been seeing a huge contribution from there, and I just can't really see Omi doing that much that well to hit the $1 mark. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe in the project. I do think there is a huge return of investment and a huge opportunity here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have actually put a large part of my portfolio into Omi, which is to bring us on to the second section of this video, is an update off of my Omi holding. So I have 22.27 at the moment. It cost me roughly around 60k, and I am down nearly 50%, so 30k in terms of sterling. Dollars is obviously more than that, times it by 1.3. Now, K is pretty much chicken genius in this and doubled whatever I have. He's got nearly 30 or 40 million Omi, and we have a very similar consensus and a similar plan. Now, Omi at these levels are really great accumulation levels for myself, and I believe this because this was a huge support, meaning price was bottomed out, so a support at this key area, and it did exactly that again on the 9th of May. And I said to myself, look, I'm kicking myself because I didn't buy here and I wanted to sell here, here and here. So these are the 3 TPs, and I would have actually made a killing if I did that. So right now I've actually just done it and I've stuck to my plan. I've actually bought here. I plan to sell at these 3 regions, and most importantly, I now have a position where I'm looking to have a trade for basically leverage trading for Omi. I do think that this is holding off this bottom right now pretty well, and I do expect this to move from where it's at. So just one final thing on my current holdings, I am still actually accumulating. So the trade answer is obviously I'm trading and then selling those positions, but I also have another pot which I basically split that percentage where I'm just buying and buying and buying and holding for at least maybe 6 months to 18 months until price hits my take profit levels, which I made on another video here. Boop, where you can go check that video out, where I was in Santorini talking about my take profit levels roughly around, just to give you an answer in today's video, I think 0.5, 0.3, and I think that's very achievable, you know, with Binance, Coinbase, OUP, crypto market, increasing wealth, crypto regulations, a load of different things for the whole crypto market, and OMI coming together and really creating that momentum that could potentially happen in the upcoming future. Okay, moving forward, before we go into that, I just wanted to update this just to show some transparency. I've actually staked my OMI. I've staked 15 million and I've made $70. That's pretty cool. Even though I'm down like 30,000, but hey ho, I just wanted to share that in this part video. So let's get to the next section. So here we are in part 3. Before we do the OMI price prediction, what's very important is to understand the overall cryptocurrency consensus, which is Bitcoin breaking out of this pendant. Now Bitcoin breaking out of this pendant looks very nice to come up to this 35k mark, which is the next key level. I generally believe that 35k is going to happen over the next couple of weeks, and then we can see what's going to happen there. Do I think a reversal is happening? No. Do I think this is just a simple pullback? Yes. I believe that price will hit 35k and then have a reaction. If it breaks up and breaks above 40k, then we could have a reversal, because we need to see price break these moving averages to have a change of trend, change of momentum, and change of emotions, and also change of economy approach to the cryptocurrency market. So that's very important for this to have confidence, thus taking us out of a bear market. Now Ethereum is saying the same thing. Bitcoin dominance is very similar as well, and total market cap has the same chart as Bitcoin currently at the moment. So what does that mean for OMI? So OMI is currently sitting at this support, which we've been accumulating on. So thank you very much for keeping it at these levels. I believe the next key level is going to be this resistance at 0.0023. Ironically, that's not far away, and it's actually a 50% increase, which is quite a lot from these key levels. And I do believe if we just go onto weekly charts, in the long-term vision, the price of 0.0058, 0.008 is a very strong levels where I want to. Now price here where paper hand.
So, see, what's interesting about this, and looking at the charts, looking at all this price action, what's interesting about it is that the price has had no reason to move this entire time. Like all the time that it's been moving, all the time that it's been pumping, going up and down and things like that, it's had no reason to. It's had no tie-in to Veve. The app, the success of the app has had no effect or minimal effect on the token whatsoever. So imagine how price action changes and differs when there's actually multiple different use cases for the OMI token, you know? So this is why things can change outside of what you can predict on a chart, especially with the OMI token, because there's going to be a big influence from the Veve app that's out here influencing everything that's happening. So this is how the token is just moving, just by people finding out about the project and jumping in or accumulating more, or like sell. Like this is just what's happening with how it is right now, when there's absolutely nothing to do with the token. Imagine what happens once there's actually use case and there's things to do with the token, and it's actually a valuable token, because as it stands right now, it's only valuable to those of us who believe in the company. If you don't, this is a completely useless token. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the shift.
And Stan took profit at 1, 2, 3 times. It gave us an opportunity here. So this is a very strong resistance, a very strong sell zone, where either whales are selling, individuals are selling, maybe even the company, maybe circulation, but there's a reason why price is hitting this and failing to break. Thus I have to take profit, because I didn't the first time round, but this time I will. Now, how much will I take? It will only be a very small amount, because I do think it will break this time, but I don't want to sit in the same scenario and think, oh, it's going to break and then it comes back down. So I am going to take a small one regardless of whatever happens through the market. And that's how I've set my pending orders on Ascendex to basically trigger as soon as price hits those levels. It's only a small amount, maybe like 2 or 5% of my holdings, and then that will give a little bit of returns to either reinvest it or just hold it and stake it, I don't know, whatever it may be. Okay, so that is today's video. Before we end that, I definitely highly encourage you to go check out my other crypto videos as well. We made one which is basically a bear market solution. This was one of the ones which is freeway, only 43%, which was absolutely insane. So it's currently helping me at the moment, but like I said, I'm very, very conscious, and I've learned a lot of lessons from Luna's mistake. So if you want to use that referral link, check it down below. If you want to get access to my charts, follow me on Twitter or on Telegram. Also,
yeah, so there we have it. That looked like that's the end of the video, y'all. Be sure to go and subscribe to his channel. Show him some support. He's trying to get to 10K right now. He's on the grind. So, yeah, show him some love, man. But, yeah, it's interesting to see his perspective, see what he thinks and feels about the OMI token. Like I said, it's a difference in perspective between investors and people who use fundamental analysis versus technical analysis and looking at it from that perspective. So it's just different mindsets. And it's very hard to have both and be able to see both perspectives. It's not normal. It's not a normal thing. Most traders see like traders. Most other, like everybody else, really see how they're seeing it. So it's like it's you don't usually have both. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.